I lost my mum to cancer when I was 9, and now that I'm a mum myself, it makes me realise that I really need to get with the programme and learn about my boobs and how to spot signs for the future. If you do anything today, please watch this Channel Mum video where Giovanna Fletcher meets Kris from the CoppaFeel charity to teach us about our boobs.
Hello, I am here today with Kris from CoppaFeel for Channel Mum, and we are at ITV because me and Kris have just finished a campaign with ITV called Breast Mates. And basically over the last few years my boobs have changed so much through pregnancy, then breastfeeding, so I've become quite boob obsessed. Can you tell us a little bit about your story?
I was diagnosed with breast cancer when I was 23, and I was not checking my boobs at all.
Why would you?
Yeah. And it wasn't until the lump was quite big and painful that I actually did something about it and realised, oh, this isn't right. And it was when I spoke to my sister about it, then she's like, oh, you should probably go to the GP. And they said it was nothing because I was young and it was probably hormonal. Then the symptoms got worse. I went back to the GP and it was a different GP, and he said, I'm not worried about this. You were examined 6 months ago. We said it was fine. It's fine. And then at this stage I was waking up with a bloodstained t-shirt because I was having nipple discharge, and then I was finally taken seriously, and so it was 8 months from the first time I went to a GP to being told it was advanced breast cancer, so it spread to my spine.
How important is it that people check, especially mums?
It is important, and obviously your breasts are changing so much during pregnancy and then when you've had the baby, and it's just good to check in with them and just see what's happening. And then once everything's settled down again, what is your new normal after you've breastfed or whatever?
We have some lovely questions from some other mummy vloggers from Channel Mum, so I'll hand over to them.
Everyone pays so much attention to checking for lumps, but what if yours isn't a lump? And what if there's other stuff that you should be looking out for? Can you help?
When you are getting to know your boobs, it's important to remember it might not just present itself as a lump. So there are other signs and symptoms you need to be looking out for, such as drastic change in size of your boobs. There might be persistent pain, and this might be in your armpit, or because breast tissue isn't just the boob itself, but it goes all the way up to collarbone into your armpit. So have a good look and feel all the way around the area. You might have a rash. There might be some crusting on your nipple discharge. Anything that isn't normal or right for you is when you need to go get it checked out. There are other signs and symptoms, but have a look on CoppaFeel's website, because then it has a clear indication of all of them that you need to be looking out for.
A little while ago I found a lump which turned out to be hormone related. I wish I'd known not to automatically think the worst, as it really scared me, as you can imagine. What are the other causes of lumps and bumps other than breast cancer?
So when I went to the GP with a lump, I was told it was hormonal, and the important thing to remember is actually that 9 out of 10 breast lumps are benign, so they're not cancer. So there might be other reasons why you've got a breast lump that aren't dangerous or bad, but it's still really important to go and get it checked out and have that diagnosis. If I could talk to myself to when I was first diagnosed, I would have said don't panic straight away, because you don't know until you know what's going on, and there's treatment. There's always treatment, and you can get it sorted and treated, and you're going to be fine.
So my question about checking your boobs is, when you're checking them, so normally boobs can feel a bit grisly and a bit strange anyway, so what exactly is it that you're looking for? Is it a hard lump, like a marble? Is it a squishy, soft lump? So what exactly would a bad lump feel like?
You'd notice if there was something, a hard area in your boob, and that's, it might be bigger than a pea, basically, and then you'd want to get that checked out if it's not normal for you.
What I'd really like to know is, how often should we be checking our breasts for anything abnormal?
So we suggest that you just check your boobs regularly, so at least once a month, that means. And it's very likely that you're going to forget, so CoppaFeel can remind you with a text reminder every month. And then just bring it up in conversation with your friends. Maybe drop them a text right now and go, when did you last check your boobs?
If you do manage to detect something wrong quite early on, what are your chances of survival?
Early detection is important because it can mean the difference between having really aggressive treatments for breast cancer and actually not having them, and sometimes even sparing your breast. So, you know, there's a very important statistic. If it's diagnosed at stage 1, then you stand a 9 out of 10 chance of surviving beyond 5 years. And if it's diagnosed at stage 4, the stage that I was diagnosed at, you stand a 1 in 10 chance of surviving beyond 5 years. So that just tells you that you need to be diagnosed early, because treatments are going to be more successful if it's diagnosed early.
And that is the end of our video, really. So we just want you to keep checking. It's so important as mums and as women in general, and men, to get checking your bodies and to know what's normal for you. It's so important. So remind everyone, just talk boobs every day with everyone you know. Boobs. And if you share this video, Channel Mum will give 10p to CoppaFeel. So just press that little button